Today we're going to try our hand at making homemade baked beans. Now, my meme used to always bring these to family gatherings, and she's long gone, but we've tried to replicate the recipe as close as we can figure. Let's try it. Our first step is getting our beans ready. This is 2 cups of navy beans. Actually, in this case, they're northern beans, which are a little smaller. And to that, we're going to add 2 quarts of water. It's not an exact science. The idea here is you're going to soak these beans. So we give them a little stir. Just make sure they're all okay. Nothing, floats up to the top. And now we're going to cover them up. So the next day we put them on. I've started the water to a boil because I want to get it up to a boil. And this is what happens. It gets all foamy if you're not careful. And then it boils over. So then you got a bigger mess to fix. So once I cleaned up that little catastrophe, I got it down to a nice simmer. Now the idea here is you're going to simmer it for couple hours. I want to make sure there's lots of water in it so that it doesn't just soak all into the beans and burn down at the bottom. So here it is, about the halfway mark. We're going to stir it around, just to make sure nothing's really sticking to the bottom, because that is a hazard of this dish if you don't watch it. Now we're at the 2-hour mark. And you can see that the beans have absorbed quite a bit of the liquid, which is good. That's where we want to be with it. Now we get to add ingredients, and this is going to help with the taste, so it's just not a bland bean. Not that those are bad. So to it, 1 cup of onions. Now what I have is a ½ pound-ish of leftover bacon that I chopped up small, and it was kind of the ends, I don't really want to eat because it's pretty gristly part. This is going to break down in the beans, so it's not that big of a deal. To it, a teaspoon of pepper and some salt. You want to throw some garlic or some other exotic spice in there, go right ahead. But mustard powder is one of the ones that we're pretty sure was in there. And to it, we're going to put some brown sugar in. Now, it's rock hard, so I just threw the chunks of brown sugar in. And that's all going to dissolve and mush together just right. I'm not too worried about it right now. Oh, and you don't want to forget the molasses. 3 tablespoons. Now, as a side note, when I first started playing around with this recipe, I put way too much molasses in. I didn't think that was possible, but 3 tablespoons is more than enough. At least to start. I mean, down the road, if you want to put a little extra in towards the end, that's fine too. So this is going to get a nice little mix. And now it's going to go into the oven, covered, of course, for quite a while, 4 hours. And we're going to put it at about 325. So here we are. You want to take it out every half hour, and just check on it. And you can see now that it's really starting to look nice and baked beany. It does have a little ways to go. And of course, you want to check it, make sure it's okay, stir it around. If you need to add a little more liquid, go ahead, because once again, you don't want this burning. Oh, and of course, I forgot one of the ingredients. So that was a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And of course, like all the ingredients, I mean, you can play around with them to your own taste to see what you like and what you don't like. So we're going to give it a quick mix. Cover it, put her back in the oven. Now here we are at the 2-hour mark, and of course you can see just the difference between the two. It's definitely getting a little darker, and at this point they're really starting to smell like good baked beans, as they should. Once again, stir it up, make sure nothing's stuck to the bottom. Lid on, back in the oven. We're at the 3-hour mark now. Let's pull it out of the oven, check and see how they're doing. And if you look, they're starting to get thicker, so it is starting to all come together. At this point, if you wanted them a little looser, add a little more liquid to it. That's not going to hurt them. Not a ton, maybe a half a cup, just enough so that it's there. Oh, and we're also going to take the lid off for this last hour. So here we are at the 4th hour. They're looking really good. They're smelling really good, and I can't wait to dive into these. So just as a comparison, here's the before picture at about the half an hour mark when they were first in the oven. And here's the after part. And you can really see the difference and how thick and how dark actually they are. Now at about the 3 to 4 hour mark, I remember my Mimi throwing in more molasses. Hey, that's up to you how you want to work it. But these look really good, and I think it's time to give them a taste. They're definitely stick to your ribs, baked beans, yum-o. I can't wait to give them a try, and I hope I did my Mimi proud. There you have it, another recipe. I hope you will try it. If you do, leave me a comment below. Hit the like button. I'd sure appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the bell. That'll tell you the next time I upload a video. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.